this is what like me and Rowan will say, something will go wrong every single time. If you think you're going to go into it and nothing's going to go wrong, then you're off. It's like thinking I don't know why we keep linking boxing, but thinking you're not going to get hit. Like, you're going to get hit.
Yeah, you're going to.
Something's going to go wrong. You've just got to be prepared how you can improvise.
Of course.
It could be something as simple as we have a card machine on the front door. Card machine doesn't work.
They go down for technically can get you down anytime taking it.
That happens, or like something as little as that. The love for music, I've always just, I can't even explain it. It's just like, it's always been my passion from like a young kid. My mum was like listening to a lot of like R&B and stuff in the house when I was young.
Yeah.
So I guess that's where it come from. My dad was into music as well. So I just remember, as far back as I can remember, it's just always been the thing. Do you know what I mean?
Musical household always.
Yeah, musical household. On my dad's side, like my uncle plays the drums. My granddad.
Oh really?
My granddad used to have like a drum kit and all that, and he used to, I think it was Gary Barlow who was in Take That.
Yeah.
My granddad used to be in like a bit like, I think used to do his drums or something back in the day.
Mad.
So yeah, I've just always been around it, always just loved it. And yeah, I think it's just been a passion, as I said, because it's been there for so long. It's not like any specific moment, it was just...
It's a part of your DNA, innit?
Literally.
It's embedded in you. My household was like, bro, my mum was always playing music. My brother was well into rap. My sister was into R&B. My mum was into a bit of Motown, R&B, rap, along with house music and dance music. My dad was a raver, bro, whistles and that, glow sticks. So imagine, my household, all the music, different genres.
This is how mad it is, imagine, yeah. I never even said this. When I was like, I can't even remember how young I was, but this was when I was in like, with my mum, we lived in two houses. I was like primary school age. I remember I used to get like my dad's CDs and I'd put them in like the CD player and blast them. You know, you're a kid, you've got proper imagination. I used to think, because we lived in like a terrace house, I used to think, oh, next door's like listening to me playing this music. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, kids
and
are
I'd
mad,
like put a CD in, and I'd like take another CD out quick and try to put another one in because I've got like one CD player. Do you know what I mean? And in my head, I'm thinking, yeah, they're proper like vibing to me. Obviously, I'm a kid, they're not. But like, that's like DJing, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course it was. That's what you was doing at the time. That's what you was
so imagining. I think I've always, thinking back now, I've probably always wanted to like, always had a kick out of sharing music with other people. Yeah. Like say if you meet someone, like even if you can't speak the same language, if you show them a song, you can, it's like you can speak without speaking. So I like sharing music and not just playing music. It was, as I said, it was always a kick for me to show people, put people onto music. That was always my thing. I remember when I first started DJing, I said to like one of my mates, I'm starting DJ now, and he was like, I thought you could already do it.
Mad.
Like so I'd never touched it, but it was just like, that was the yeah, it's Josh.
People
that's the thing
put that
he would
to
do, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I see
I was always the music guy.
That's mad.
So yeah, and I didn't really. Sometimes I regret not going into it earlier, like straight away from school and that. But then sometimes I think you've got to have like a certain mindset. And would it have worked? Like how I was living my life and just my mindset and the people I had around me, it might not have worked. So I guess it all happened at the right time. Do you know what I mean?
Don't matter what language you speak. Music it's a worldwide language, bro.
Yeah, especially like electronic music without words.
Exactly.
That's why like house DJs, for example, can be so global because the music you're playing, it doesn't have words. No, and everybody in every country dances. Do you know what I mean? So house music, someone in China can appreciate it the same way someone in England can, because there's no words, it's a beat, and you can feel a beat.
Music's mad like that as well, isn't it? It has a, well, my missus got me onto it recently. How do you say her name? Jenny Aiko or something.
Oh yeah, Jenny Aiko.
She made an album, but she made sure it was like, the way it was produced was like certain sounds, and you know, like sound waves make you feel a certain way. Some can make you feel down and violent, others can make you feel upbeat, others can chill you. She purposely used certain sounds and it was produced
very chilled.
in a way to make people feel a way. Like if you listen to West Coast gangster rap, you're feeling a bit like, oh, I'm gonna go gym Then if someone don't give me the dumbbell I want, they're gonna get the elbow. Like, do you know what I'm saying? But you listen to nice music. It's important, bro. What you take in, you're consuming it, aren't you? Like food, you're consuming music.
It
can
change your mood.
Words. Of course,
it can change your mood. Like, say someone's got a loved one that they've lost or something, and they had a song that they used to listen to together or reminds them of. A song can make someone cry.
Of course, it can take you to a moment.
Can make someone happy. It can take you right back to where you was when you first heard. Like, music's sick.
It is.
Do you know what I mean?
Really?
Like, I couldn't imagine a world without it. Like, I think people don't appreciate it as much because we've got it, and especially now, music just comes out all the time. Yeah. AI can make music. Like, it's becoming it's becoming so accessible that the appreciation's lost.
We'll lose talent there. We'll devolve with the AI thing. There'll be no real artists. It's not good, that, bro. I don't agree with the AI thing with that. Yeah. There might be some like positives to it, but overall, I think that's a disaster waiting to happen now, bro.
Yeah, I think.
You know what I mean?
There'll always be a place for the true craft.
Yeah.
But it's probably get to a point where you don't even know what's real and what's not. Do you think the music now is as good as it used to be?
So, you know what, bro? I'm not just going to blurt out and say no, because it's easy for me to say that, because I think it comes down to an age thing. I believe there was a little bit more substance to music back in the day. A lot more craft went into it, obviously. But there's some quality music now, innit? There's some quality music, but if we're talking genres, if we're going to go into, say, rappers, you know, we're going to say rappers, bro, then they've not got a scratch on people back in the day. There's some rappers now that are in the wrong era, when I think you would have fit in back in the day, because they're just techie with it, bro. They've got the overall, you know, they pay attention. You can see they take pride in writing. But a lot of people, I find, with being around music so much, it's rap's popular. Rap's it's like a fashion thing, innit? Yeah, I'm gonna jump on this bandwagon. I'm gonna write some bars quickly and put them on this beat off YouTube. There's no thought gone into the lyrics, bro, and I feel like it lacks.
This is the thing for me. Like, my favorite, I've said this on like another thing, but my favorite rappers are people that I like them as a person, but I believe them as a person.
Yeah.
I think now, not everybody, I think, and you don't always know who's who, but I just think now everything's so accepted.
It's not good, that, is it?
Like, say when like the 90s era, for example, and like, I don't know when the cutoff was, but there was a certain period of time where it was like, if you were talking about a certain lifestyle, you had to be like living that lifestyle. Whereas now, it doesn't even matter.
No, it don't, does it?
People don't really care anymore. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, because obviously rappers then, they probably got into a lot more problems because they felt, I have to be tough and I have to, you know, like, look how Biggie and Tupac ended. If that was now, it probably would never have happened. Do you know what I mean? They would have just DM'd each other and just sorted it out. Whereas they both probably never wanted it to get to that extent.
Look deep into that, bro.
It's not as easy to just like, yo, bro, this is silly. Do you know what I mean? Let's sort it out.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying it's not it's overall a good thing, but it doesn't have to just be talking bad stuff.
No, it doesn't. That's what I was going to get to.
There's a whole other lane. It's like people would rather just put a mask on and talk a story that they're not even living, and then you've got little kids that are listening to it. They're copying someone who's not even rapping what they're living about.
Yeah, and now they go out and assume they have to do X, Y, and Z, so that what they are rapping about is not cat rapping.
Yeah, you're following a guy you're doing the stuff because a guy who's not doing it told you to do it.
Yeah.
So you're the one who goes to prison and ends up getting all the fuckery that comes with it. And he's sat in his mansion and he's never even done it. Do you know what I mean? It's like that's the bit for me that just puts me off.
I'm not as in touch with current music, rappers and that, as I used to be, bro, because I listen to it, I hear it daily with being at the lab and that, and I'm moving away from it slow. That's why I did the lab sessions, bro, because, you know, there's a lot of quality lab sessions, but some of them, it's like, I'm co-signing anyone that comes on. I'm co-signing them, bro.
Yeah.
So it's like, as I'm getting older, that I can't be co-signing a young un talking that talk. I should be sitting him down and chatting to him, but he don't want to hear it. I wouldn't want to hear it, so I don't blame him for telling me to fuck off if that's what he wants to do. But if I can't do that, then I'm also not going to just think, well, because he ain't going to listen, we'll just support him in just going on there talking his crud and potentially railing someone up the wrong way, and then X, Y, and Z. It's just a knock-on effect, bro.
Yeah.
And I need to come away from that. I love the old rap in it, bro. And I love people. Some people come in here, bro. They've got a story to tell. There's a lot of talent there.
Yeah.
And you think, don't get me wrong. With any rapper, bro, I don't care who it is. When they step in that booth, they put on the cape now. They're still themselves, but they're in. You've got to act a little bit, bro. No one's that interesting, bro.
Yeah.
You've got to put a bit of a voice on to get in your mode. It's your voice, but you've got to project it. You've got to put some it's an
exaggeration.
Emotion into it. So it's a mad one. I hear some man come on and I think, yo, this guy's got it. But then other people hear him and I think, bro, you sound like I can't even be bothered being there, bro. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I just think if you exaggerate a little bit, you put a little bit of seasoning on it, fair enough. But if you just talking a whole story that's not even you, it's like that's where I have a problem, and I think the people that I listen to, like, I think it's pretty clear that they know what they're talking about, and it doesn't. And I'm not. Again, I just want to clarify, it doesn't have to just be bad.
No,
it just be anything. If you're talking a certain, like, if you're talking about being a millionaire, like, make sure you're a millionaire. If you're Chris Brown, he talks about getting girls, but he does get girls. Like, whatever it is, just make sure you are doing it and show a bit of vulnerability as well.
Yeah.
You can listen to a whole album, and it's like, what, every girl you ever looked at, you've driven every car, you've got every watch, you never lost a fight, you've got everything. Like, what? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, come on, that's where you've lost me. Bro. Like, you're a drug dealer, you've been rapping for 10 albums and you never got robbed.
Yeah. I think it's an age
you never, and I don't even mean physically robbed, like someone never bumped you and ran off page. Like, it's just, you selling a dream to these kids, do you know what I mean? It's like, there's people who are in prison now because they listen to a rapper glamorize this whole thing, and then they're like, wow, this isn't how it sounded in his mixtape. It's like, because that's not the truth. And I know
you can keep the truth, don't bend the truth, but it's like when a movie script on paper isn't exciting, bro. It comes down to the actors and the directors and to bring that vision to life. Do you get it?
Yeah.
That's what I think we need to do as artists. Keep your truths. No, get in the booth, bro. Be an artist in it. Bring it to life, bro. Animate it. Let people see it. Visualize it. They're the better rappers, you know, when you see things. For me, like, yo, I can really picture this. Man was telling me a story. Well, I don't know, bro. Each to their own. Here's a one where we're on music.
Yeah.
Have you seen all this bullshit about P. Diddy? How do you feel about that? Because I know you don't know the truth, because I don't.
Yeah, no, of course,
if you knew the truth, bro, like, how do you feel about it?
Where do we even start? I mean, people have been saying stuff about him for years, and not so much on like the criminal side of things. People have just been saying he's for a while, which that's his own choice. That's not illegal. Do you know what I mean? But obviously, he's never owned it.
Not going to, is he?
So I don't, bro. Where do you even start? It's like something new's coming out every single day, isn't it?
I know. I've seen something about his house got licked in it, and he took flight somewhere. But I don't know.
And his son's got handcuffed and he's on the run. I mean,
but do we even know what he's been locked up for? Everyone's just going down this fruity route. It could be anything. Yeah.
I think he's supposed to. I think what his thing is, or allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly.
Is that
big word, important word
allegedly.
Right now.
I think his thing is he's basically like saying, say you're an up and coming producer. He's obviously got the power to change your life. But then he's allegedly saying, I'll only put you on if you do X, Y, Z, out of your control. And then I think he's allegedly, can't forget that, filming people doing things they maybe shouldn't be doing or they don't want out there, and then they've got leverage over it. But I would say, I mean, I go down the rabbit hole a lot of the Illuminati and this whole thing. And I think, obviously, I'm not condoning what he's doing. What I mean is, that seems to be like a recurring theme, as what they're all doing. Like the Harvey Weinstein, he was like the big movie producer.
The
he's
guy.
saying to these like young girls on the casting couch, sleep with me or do whatever, and I'll put you in the movie. It seems like a
recurring thing.
Yeah, it seems like a recurring thing, which is sick.
For me, the more things like that start happening, it don't make me think, right, yeah, it's true. It makes me start questioning it. Is this just the go-to story? Is this what we're just going with?
So what, do you think it might not be true? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
like, do you think he's getting targeted or?
I don't know, bro. I just feel like the whole, bro, I don't know, innit? I'm just throwing it out there. Like, it's like 1 minute it's this guy, then it's that guy, then it's someone else. I'm seeing like daft videos of Meek Mill and like voiceovers put over him, like he's getting his rear end blown out behind some door and that, like, but AI, bro. So, but we're all quick to comment on an AI, like, AI is sick, and then forget about AI as soon as you hear someone's voice where it shouldn't fit. Yo, this is mad. This is the facts. I don't know, bro. I hope it's false, because Meek Mill, I like Meek Mill's music. He's a hard rapper, bro, and that'll pain me up.
They said Meek Mill and Usher, bro.
Usher.
Yeah, the things I've seen, it says there's a. It's mad how they done them though. They done them dirty, because it says like in the court thing, it's like an American rapper, and I think it says like redacted, so it doesn't say his name. But then underneath there's notes. It's like American rapper from Philly who dated Nicki Minaj.
Yeah,
like,
that's obvious.
You might as well just put his name. And then the R&B singer was like American R&B singer who recently did a residency at some club in Vegas, which Usher had just performed at the Super Bowl. It's like, it's blatant who you're talking about. But I mean,
we can connect.
I really don't know. The reason why I potentially think it could be true is, normally when these things come out about people, it's normally people who are very speaking out against the higher ups. So Tupac, for example, he's speaking, you know, he had an album called like Illuminati. He was always talking about Illuminati and trying to expose stuff. So if he then goes to prison because he's a rapist, that then takes away his credibility if he's then trying to talk. Right? Yeah. Now, whether he did or not, I don't know. Obviously, I'm a Tupac fan, so I'm biased, but I'm saying whether he did or not. And if he did do it, then he deserved to be in prison. But what I'm saying is, he's speaking against the top level. So it would make sense then why you would try and assassinate his character.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But Diddy, to me, he's very much on his like black power and that type stuff. But I don't really see him trying to expose or, do you get what I mean?
Yeah, like,
so I'm thinking like, if it's a lie,
I think he's been on his R. Kelly shit.
it seems that way. That's what, do you know what I mean? Whenever it's someone like Russell Brand, for example, again, don't know the facts, but his whole thing is exposing.
I'm gonna say Russell Brand whole thing very fitting to what you're gonna say.
He's exposing everything. I think each video he exposes something.
Down his YouTube
so then it's like, okay, well, it makes sense to try paint him as this person.
Of course.
Because then that'll switch off the average listener.
That blew over quick though, didn't it? It blew over very quick.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah, because they're on to the next one. So I get it. Then the average person's going to think, well, I'm not going to trust what he says because he's a this and that. But Diddy, I don't know.
Diddy
not? I don't know, man. It'll all come out. But I think with these things, you never truly know. Have you seen the film Enemy of the State? Will Smith.
I know the film. I ain't seen it for years, though. It's an old film.
Sick film. If you've not seen it, go and watch
it. It's on Netflix, I think.
Is it? I won't ruin it. But basically, top and bottom of it is, he's got this mate from high school he's not seen in years. He films like, I think he films like wildlife and nature and that. And he goes and puts a camera every day across this like river just to film wildlife.
Picks up
and then one day, the government, they're trying to get, I think like the mayor of New York or something to pass some law. He doesn't want to do it. So they take him down to this river and inject him, put him in the car and make it look like
you're telling me it, bro?
No.
And you're one of them guys, I won't tell you too much and then just gives me the ending.
This is where I'm telling you, this is where the film starts. So basically, they kill him, and this guy, because it was down, they kill him and try and make it look like a suicide. This guy was filming it by mistake. Yeah, and he then bumped into Will Smith. And because he's running from the government, he passes him the tape. So Will Smith's being chased. He doesn't even know he's got the tape. What I'm trying to say is, they're chasing him the whole time and trying to kill him. and they're putting out in the news that he's cheating on his wife.
Yeah.
I think he is cheating on his wife, and then they say he's killed her. They're putting all these stories out and trying to ruin his life.
So if
he then ever came out with this video, people would be like, it's fake.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's just a normal, he's a normal guy.
Mm.
So I watched that when I was young, and I was like, that always let me know, if you talk out a bit too much and you get information you shouldn't know, before they try and kill you, because that will then make people look into it a bit much, they'll just try and assassinate your character and say, you're this,
makes sense
you're that. It's much
sense.
Easier, cheaper, quicker, I haven't got to kill you. And who's going to trust? Imagine Diddy now tried to come out and say, expose something.
Yeah,
who's going to trust the word that he says?
But the world we live in now will be probably believing him, like, yeah, knew something weren't fitting right. Actually believe him. But who knows, bro?
But your mindset is different to the average Joe.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't think, me and you've had loads of conversations, you don't think how the average headline reader, people don't look into things. If there's a headline that says blah, 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 people just go, oh yeah, it must be true because the news of the world.
Because
they don't actually look into the deep things, and that's the common population. That's how they think.
It's a majority thing, innit? That like they do. Yeah, but you're right, bro. The newspaper and that, it's all nonsense, innit? It's not good. It's not credible in the slightest.
Nah,
it's good for seeing the football scores and that. That's probably about it.
That you probably can't trust. Yeah, I just do my own research. I don't take anything at face value, but that's what I'm like in general. I'm not just a conspiracy theorist just for the sake of it or whatever.
Yeah.
Just in general, like if I meet someone and someone says to me, oh, he's a this and that, it'll be at the back of my mind, but I'm going to give them a chance. And sometimes it's worked against me, and I should have took their word. But people have said things about me that are not true. Probably it's happened to everyone. So I'll always give everything a chance, and that's the same with the news.
I agree with that, bro. Because, like you say, you could just take someone's word for it, and they could be doing, like you say, trying to assassinate someone's character. They might dislike him. It might be a bitter ex. Who knows?
This is the thing.
You've got to, bro. But Flimby, you know, Finky anyway. Moving away from that, I told you we're just chatting it. This is what happens every time. People come in with bullet points. Like, this is what I want to touch on. I said, bro, we'll just start waffling. It happens.
Yeah.
Let's take it back to you, bro. Government will just have you going all night, bro. All them talks.
Let's not get us assassinated.
Yeah, exactly. Don't give out the address. We don't know nothing. Obviously, you told us the start of like got you into music, and you know, you've been doing it about 5 years now. I see you a lot, bro, like flicking out, bro, overseas and that. Like,
you're
obviously doing well.
Yeah.
What, like, so with all that now, did you sort of take yourself overseas to network, or do you just get bookings now? How does it work like with that? Because like say you're about active.
Yeah, it's a bit of both. So the question was, do you mean like do I go out and network?
Yeah, so I see you, like, as I can say, I see you flick the bar, you do this, and you take it's dope, innit? That's how it's pronounced.
Yeah.
Dope brand with you when you're DJing and stuff. These bookings, like, do you take yourself overseas and just muster up bookings whilst you're there, or do you get booked to go out?
Yeah. So basically, about 3 years ago, I did like a bit of a season in Malia, and I'd spoke to a few people before I got there, but when I landed, I didn't have anything concrete. And then within a couple of days, I had something concrete. So that was then. I remember something silly, and this is like a little tip for DJs. I remember I went to this bar, and I gave one of the guys my business card, and I swear to God, straight away, he said, "You get in here now, come and play, come and play." He's like, "You come and play." And I never thought at the time, like, what was that? And I realised, because I'm coming with something as small as a business card, in his head he's probably thinking, he must be a little bit serious.
Yeah.
It's something that costs nothing. But I had a business card logo on, email, this, that and the other, look a bit more professional, whereas they're probably getting approached every day, just lads who just want to have a bit of a party for the summer or whatever. And it was that. So that I took that on board, and I was like, you want to try and be professional as you can. Obviously, it doesn't mean you can be a shit DJ, have a business card, you're going to get far, but I always made a mental note of that, like try and be professional, little things like that can go a long way. So yeah, with Malia, I didn't have anything concrete, but it was kind of like, if I don't land anything, I'll just come back. And then since then, I've just done sort of like the networking online, and it's already been kind of like sorted.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? So Dubai is interesting, because the last interview I did, I was saying like that was, and it's anyone who knows me, when I first started, that was like, I don't want to say the end goal, but that was the pinnacle, as in like that was the main thing at the top of my list that I wanted to do. And I was trying from day one, like naively now thinking back, no one's going to send you out to Dubai when you've been DJing for not that long. And I was not ready. And like we were saying earlier on, it's a blessing it didn't happen, because I would have just ruined it, because I wasn't ready. Do you know what I mean? But I didn't think it was going to happen. So it was just years and years of trying, messaging people, trying to make links, just trying, never giving up. And then I did it last year 3 times in a year.
Yeah, I
went like twice in 2 weeks.
Getting off,
so it just kind of shows, whatever it is, not just DJing, if you just, not to be cheesy like, but if you keep going,
it's not cheesy,
it's like,
it's
do you know what I mean? One of the times,
you've proven you've done it.
I went with Deneo, so he got booked out there, and I was like on the same lineup. I DJ'd like before him and stuff. And he was one of my favorite artists, like because he did so many genres.
Yeah,
he's talented. He can produce, he can DJ, he can sing, he can rap. Like I've always rated him. So, like I'm on the plane, sat next to Deneo. We're literally talking the whole time, just 7 hours there. Then we're staying in the same hotel, so we're chilling. 7 hours back, like me and him just click like that.
Just become friends, innit?
Yeah, and I'm thinking, this is weird. From thinking it's never going to happen to doing mad stuff.
Unforced as well, bro. You force things sometimes can ruin them. That was just so natural.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Meeting him as well, natural.
Yeah, natural. He introduced. I've got on the plane before, and we were like on the same booking. So when I've checked in, they're like, "Where's the other person you're traveling with?" So I had to explain, like, we're traveling separate. It's just on the same booking. He's come and sat down. He's like, "Oh, nice to meet you, Ian." He introduced himself as like Ian, just like a normal guy, no ego. It was just blessed. So yeah, I'm not against, like, I would go somewhere and fly out, and if you are like a young up and coming DJ, definitely do it. Like I like to party and I like to have fun. So the worst case for me, like the Malia thing, if nothing worked out, I would have just partied and just come back. You can't really lose. Do you know what I mean? That's how I'm thinking it. Now it's a bit different because I've got so much going on. I can't really like fly to Greece and just party for a month because I've got bookings and this, that and the other, so I can't really do it now. But I'd like to think I've built myself to the point now where I can get stuff. So I'm going to be doing Marbella. That's pretty much locked in. I just need to agree what dates I want to do. I'm doing an event in Malta, the 20th to the 24th of June. So it's basically like DJs, all over the UK. Everyone going to the event stays in the same hotels, like pool parties every day. So I'm doing that. I'm hoping to get back out to Dubai. So you're just trying to do as much as I can, really.
Sounds good, bro. You're doing well, bro. And again, naturally, just nice and steady. It's growing. Before you know, bro, it'll be crazy. So with the dope brand, did that come? What come first? Like, did that come later on down the line, DJ? And you think I need a brand I'm going to put on nights, or was that sort of part of this? Is what I want to do. I want to become a DJ. I've got this idea. I want to put on nights. Like, where did it come from?
Well, I was actually doing events before I was DJing. When I was in like college and stuff, so I always like knew how to do events. But to be honest, it's mad how everything works out. You can always turn L's into W's. Yeah. So for example, the Liverpool scene, you've got two, if you're a hip hop R&B DJ, you've got really two clubs you want to play in, Ink and Pure. And they're literally on the same street. They're owned by the same guy now, but when I first started, it was like, if you play at one, you can't play at the other.
Oh, really?
And some clubs will have 5 DJs on in a night. They would generally, I think Ink would maybe have 2 DJs, and Pure would have like 1 DJ on a Friday, 1 on a Saturday. So in the whole city, you've maybe got, what, I don't know, 5 or 6 sets a week. There's other little ones, but I wasn't really, they're the ones I wanted to do. And the DJs there are good. They're doing their job, they're smashing it. And even if they needed cover, I'm probably not the person next in line.
Yeah.
So it's like, do you know what I mean? What the hell is going on here? Like, there's nothing, there's no opportunities. So it was almost like, well, I'm not just going to cry and complain about it. I'm going to have to just build my own thing. Whereas if I would have got them opportunities straight away, I might not have thought to start my own event, because there's some DJs who they're so busy, they're making so much money just doing other people's events. They probably think, well, what's the point? There's so much hassle and stress. You can promote an event for a month and you can lose thousands of pounds.
Yeah, of course you can, yeah.
So it's not, I get it, but I wasn't in that position. So it was like, well, I'm going to have to try my own thing. But it's a blessing now, because what will happen is if you're able to pull a crowd to a venue that's not one of the most popular venues, them venues they'll come back calling later on.
Of course they will,
and you've got more leverage. So that's kind of how it come about, just not having opportunities and not wanting to just, you know, there's only so long you can play in your bedroom.
Of course.
So yeah, it started out, I've said this in another interview, but I'll try and condense it. So there was a period of time where I was doing these like parties, and I think it started out, I think it was like, say like an 18th and a 17th. It was like this woman, she had 2 daughters. And I did these events, I was the DJ, and there was like 250, 300 people coming. And she told me like, the owner of the venue said all these kids have paid to get in.
Mad.
So I thought, I seen like a business opportunity. I knew one of the guys who went to the party, and I was like, we need to do this again here, but we'll be able to sell to even more people. Because if you don't know someone, you're not going to go to their birthday. I thought, there's nothing else that this age have got going on. So we started it, we sold out the event, and it couldn't happen because of COVID. So I still had the brand. And then after COVID, I thought, well, these kids now that were like 17, 18 or whatever, they're probably students now. So let's start a student brand. So I reached out to a DJ, DJ Rowan, he's my business partner now. I met through someone else. He was at uni at the time, so I thought, well, he's a really good DJ. I'd worked with him once before, and he had like a good following, and he knows like the student world. I never went to uni, so I didn't know how it worked. So we started it as a student event in Liverpool on a Wednesday. It progressed on to a Friday at Pure, which is one of the clubs I was talking about before. We then moved it into Manchester as like a one-off, then regular in Manchester, and then Birmingham, and then we're looking to do like international stuff as well. So it literally started from nothing, me not getting bookings,
literally
doing an event under 18s, which is like ridiculous. It wasn't something I ever wanted to do. If I see a business opportunity, I'm going to go for it. To a student event, to now we've had A-listers like Premier League footballers coming to our events, and rappers, and you know, people are paying 2-3 grand just to come and get a table at our event, and it started from nothing. That's just down to like mine and his hard work. The things I'm like, we both kind of can do everything, but we're similar, but we're different. If we were both exactly the same person, it wouldn't work. So the things, my strengths and his strengths are a bit different. So it works.
Yeah, play each other to your strengths, innit? You do what you're good at.
It works well together. I say to him sometimes, like, I think me and him realistically, we could do any business. It just so happened that we do events. But we're both like entrepreneurial business people. We don't just want to just be DJs forever and just do events forever. I think we could do anything together, and it's hard to find someone who you work with well.
Of course it is, bro. It's very hard. You can go through that many like business partners and, you know, potential team members, if you like. It can literally be that draining. You think, you know, this isn't even for me anymore. It can dishearten you. And then when the time is right, someone will just roll through the door, bro. Yeah,
it's not, obviously, don't get me wrong, it's not perfect, but I think we've been doing it now for that long, and we've been through a lot of stuff behind the scenes. People see, you know, especially when you're doing something fun, people see the bottle shows and the fun and all that, but trust me,
a lot of stress.
It's like, I compare it to like being a boxer, for example. Obviously that's way different. What I mean is, people see that half an hour when they fight,
but don't see the lead up to it.
It's all that leading up to it. That's so
discipline,
not
bro.
Fun. Do you know what I mean?
A lot of hard work,
That's what it's like doing events.
Stress and anxiety that comes with it as well. Is it going to work? Is it going to be successful? We're going to fill a nightclub. Am I going to win the fight? Am I going to get knocked down in the first round? Is this going to happen?
Similar to a boxer, it's like every time you go in the ring, if you win, you're a hero. Your followers go up. You know, everyone wants to be your mate. Everyone comes in the dressing room cheering your name. But if you get knocked out, you're a meme.
Bum,
everyone's laughing at you.
You're a meme.
You do an event.
Literally.
You make money. Everyone wants to know you. You look cool on social media. Anyone who's done an event and it was dead, bro, that feeling there.
Is it awful, isn't it?
It's a feeling you never ever want to feel that.
When you're inviting people to your event and then you sort of sat there thinking, oh, is this going to get busy soon?
Bro,
it's the odd person stood about.
It's soul destroying. And imagine, there's not, like, if you've got a 9 to 5, if you work for a month, you might not make as much as you can if you're self-employed, but you've got a guaranteed income. An event, and like, I guess being self-employed in general, but you could have worked your arse off and put a month into it. You've booked all these DJs, spent all this money, and you've actually come away with less money than you started with. So it's really not easy.
No,
it's such a hard thing
to go through that as well.
Yeah.
And with events as well, I suppose, when you're a smaller event planner, you could be having a night on and you don't know what someone's just going to spring out of the blue and you sit around the corner. This person's here, we're putting on a show.
Yeah.
Similar vibe, but they're well known. It's like, nah, you just nailed me.
There's a million things that can go into it, honestly. So this is the thing, for anyone who's wanting to like go into events, this is what like me and Rowan will say. Something will go wrong every single time. If you think you're going to go into it and nothing's going to go wrong, then you're off. It's like thinking I don't know why we keep linking boxing, but thinking you're not going to get hit. Like, you're going to get hit.
Yeah, you're going to.
Something's going to go wrong. You've just got to be prepared how you can improvise.
Of course.
It could be something as simple as we have a card machine on the front door. Card machine doesn't work.
They go down for technically can get you down anytime taking it.
That happens, or like something as little as that, but do you let them in for free or do you just not make money? What do you do? And that can just happen on there. A DJ turning up late, we have a big queue, it's raining. Like, there's a million and one things that can happen that you can't even think about. You've just got to be ready for when it goes wrong. If it gets a certain point in the night and nothing's gone wrong, I start worrying. I'm thinking there's going to be a fight.
Yeah, you have to prepare.
That's something's got to happen.
You have things in place, measures in place for. You need to think of things failing. Otherwise, thinking it's not going to run smooth, you're going to have a massive surprise when something in the slightest goes wrong. You're going to crumble.
The thing is, we try and do is, if something can go wrong, but the customer doesn't know it, then it's fine.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? There'll be times when something's not right, but they don't know.
What can we do whilst we?
You just got to try and like
fix this.
Keep it going. As long as the customer doesn't know, then it's only a problem that you've got to deal with.
Yeah.
No, that's how we try and keep it.
It's true, bro. You're very true. I had an event here, nothing massive, but I used to do the Lab Live. Still will be doing them from time to time. The DJ the guy that was borrowing a big set of monitors off just stopped answering his phone. So then I had to start improvising. All them speakers over there, bro. And there's more there. Bro, I started plugging these in with old speaker wires. I've got an amp, a proper one, you know, where you put household speaker wire in.
Yeah.
I didn't have none. I had to cut the ends off plugs and that, just so we had, you know, some copper. The things were in the back to screw, you know, you screw it out, put it through the hole and tighten it up. I had to get a copper screw, wrap it round and jam it in the hole. I managed to get some sound going. And then the DJ let me down, bro. He just said, I don't know where I am. Just disappeared, bro. Switched off his phone or something. So I had to get YouTube going, bro. But everyone that was there didn't care. Once there was music playing, nobody was bothered, bro. They just wanted loud music that sounded good. Do you know what I mean? They were satisfied. We had the bar open and then it was all right, and it went a bit tits up after that, but yeah. But yeah, man, I seen your logo, bro, where was I now? I was eating in somewhere near the courts recently. Really nice place, me and the missus, and I clocked your logo on the door. It says...
in Manchester?
Yeah, Manchester. It was a few months ago. The XPE, bro, dope.
Oh, the dope logo.
Yeah. I don't know if as you come down the toilets will link to something else. I don't know, but I was like, there's ADEK. ADEK or ADEK?
ADEK.
ADEK's logo.
Okay, that's it. I'm trying to even think where that would be.
It has like round booths in there and they sell food and that. A really nice place. Doing the courts.
Are you on about Saku Samba?
That's the one. Yeah. It's nice
food in there then?
No, what? I come afterwards, innit? I come one day, I just went there for some scran and was like, oh, it's been in here.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, oh my God. That event caused a lot of problems.
Did it? Tell us about it, bro. Tell us about it. Where to start? This must have been a bad one.
No. It's not the event. I've got to be political, and I hate being political, but I've got.
Do you want to leave it? Is it a dangerous area? Is it a dangerous topic? I can't be asked. You're telling me to chop loads of stuff out, bro. So if you can't talk on it, don't talk on it.
No, it's not necessarily a danger. All it is basically, I think the lesson that I've learned from it is you've kind of, in business, you've just got to, how can I explain it? Basically, we would, as I said, we were doing events in Liverpool for about 18 months. Then we moved and did it was supposed to be a one-off event, but it was successful at a club in Manchester, and then we moved it to somewhere else. So me and Rowan, my business partner, we're very ambitious. You know, we achieve something and try to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And essentially, we wanted to just be able to like offer our customers different things, different parts of the brand. And then when we did that event, because we've been working with like a company for so long, it was kind of like an unwritten thing that you're only working with us.
Ah, right, something you was unaware
So we wanted
of,
to do something a bit different, just because, like I said, to offer people different things, and it just didn't go down well. But it was never like said. We kind of assumed, well, of course we're able to do other things because we were already doing other things before. But I can see from other people's perspective, they're thinking, well, you went to another level when you started working with us, so now we don't want you to do anything else. So that's why we haven't done anything with the brand yet this year. It's all finally getting worked out, and we've been able to resolve it. But it's just, it's just like, if something's not completely defined and clarified, you can ruin a lot.
Contracts are important, bro. Sitting down, conversating.
This is the thing. Basically, that's it. If you don't have contracts in place, you don't really know what you can and can't do.
Contracts need to be very specific as well, innit? This is what we're agreeing on.
And I think going forward, we are going to have contracts.
They're important, bro.
And that, so it won't happen again.
Because sometimes you can be telling someone something, they might not be listening, bro. Then later on they're saying, oh, what's happening here, bro? I told you. No, you didn't. Yes, I did. When? That time. You signed, bro. If you didn't read it, that's on you now. So leave me alone. Do you know what I mean?
When there isn't a contract, a lot of stuff gets personal. Like when there's a contract, there's no there's no ego in it. There's no personality because it's in black and white. When there's not, it's just up in the air. Bro. It's up in the air, and it can cause, you know, problems on both sides. And I'm not saying we're perfect. I can see it from both sides. It's just
human, innit?
Yeah. So it's just something, if you're doing something serious and you're playing with a certain level of money, you probably should have contracts in place, because we haven't broke the law by doing what we did. Yeah. But I can see. You can see why it rubbed certain people up the wrong way. Yeah. And at least you can see that, because if you couldn't, then it could be a bigger problem. The fact that you can see it is probably better for everyone. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Did we meet through the BooHoo thing? Or was it just before that? I think it was just before that. I wanted to do, at the time, which I do still want to do, just finding the time, I think I wanted to do a podcast. Oh, of course you did. Yeah. Came here. And then... You did? Yeah. Mad. You sat there with me. You actually wanted to do a podcast originally. Yeah. And obviously we had our conversation and that, and we just made the link, made the friendship. So then you become using the services as and when necessary. Yeah. BooHoo, the BooHoo call. You was doing the freestyles there. Tell us how that started. What, you know, the process of it and where it went, because for me, you was there every week, getting all these freestyles, and it just disappeared. Like, I want to know what went on with that, bro. Yeah, so how it came about was basically I met this girl, shout out to Mia, from Manchester years ago. I'm talking like 10, 12 years ago. I think, did they come to Liverpool? I think it was, yeah. So anyway, I met this girl and we just kind of stayed in touch. And this is how I know like certain things are probably a bit meant to be, because we stayed in touch. I was always cool with her, she was always cool with me. And then I was in like a group chat, because I did an event in Manchester. I was DJing for like these like an artist showcase thing. And for some reason I was saying to myself, like, they were on to the next event and I wasn't involved, but I was still in the group chat, and I was like, I think I'm gonna leave, because I'm just getting all these messages. But I stayed in it for some reason, and she put something in there basically saying her brother is involved, I think he's at one of the marketing managers or something at BooHoo, and they want to basically, obviously they work with the biggest people in the world, but they wanted to start working with like the grassroots underground artists and stuff. So she thought it'd be good to put it in that group chat. So I was in it, and I replied straight away like, well, that sounds perfect for me, because I've got this freestyle series, I'm working with up and coming artists, like, introduce me if you can. Within 48 hours, she set me up a meeting with her brother. Nice. And I explained, you know, what it is that I do, showed them the videos, they liked it. And I proposed to them. They were like, yeah, we want to, what they wanted to do was, I think they were saying a lot of these artists, when you work with them, when they're already popping, they're asking for like ridiculous amounts. So if they can find someone, start working with them from the start and just keep an eye on them and find them early, like a football scout would. By the time they get to being the biggest, there should already be a bit of a relationship there, because like, well, we were sponsoring you when you were up and coming, so they can probably save themselves a lot of time and money and not losing people to these other things. So it made sense. So I approached them I come up with the idea of them sponsoring it. It was all good, but it was just frustrating, and to be honest, it's one of the big reasons I'm not doing it at the minute, partly down to I just want to focus on DJing and events. But I understand they're a huge company and they're making millions, probably billions, and what we were doing together on the grand scheme of things is like tiny. But the easiest way I can say it, and I don't want to come across ungrateful because it's a massive opportunity, but it's like, I held up my end of the bargain, did everything that I was supposed to do, but they weren't really holding up theirs. That's the only way I can say it, in the top and bottom. And that's not like, but one of the issues is, again, when you deal with such big companies, the people I met with initially to get it over the line, they got it, they understood it, they like listened to the music, and you could see they really wanted it to work. But the people who were actually executing on it didn't get the culture, didn't understand it, and didn't really give a damn about it. I see from their point of view, they're thinking, well, let's say if I'm the social media manager of BooHoo, for example, I'm already busy, I've got targets, I've got all this stuff to do. This is something I don't really care about, don't know about, I'm not getting paid any extra. Do you know what I mean? It's like, if someone come to me, something about, people are, this is the thing as well, when you're self-employed, you have like a mindset of where you don't switch off until the job's done. If someone's like an employee, it's not life and death for them. So the top and bottom of it is, they're like, there
regardless, good day or bad day, the wage is still the same at the end of the week, innit?
This is the thing. But this was my frustration, because I'm saying, for me and for these artists, this could be life-changing, and you've got a lot of power in your hands, but you're not getting it. Do you get what I'm saying? So essentially what happened was, beforehand I was told that the BooHoo team were going to come down here while we were filming. Because I took my time from when the first one was filmed to when we started putting them out. There's about 3 or 4 months, because I was picking what I felt was the best people for it. It wasn't just, let me just find the first 10 people and just throw it on and try and get it done as quick as I can. I took my time, getting people down from Birmingham, people come down from London.
Yeah, I remember, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? To film it, so it was supposed to be a big deal. They were going to come down and film behind the scenes footage. So if you imagine, there would have been 3 or 4 months of behind the scenes footage.
To build
BooHoo were doing a freestyle thing, like, what's this? It's the first one they've ever done. They've not done it since. So by the time it dropped, then it would have been like, oh, this is what they've been working on.
Yeah,
and it would have been going out to millions of followers. That didn't happen. No one came. But this is the problem. Because I've just got my feet under the table, the last thing I want to do, because I'm not delusional, I get it's tiny in comparison to what they're dealing with, yeah? Floyd Mayweather's on the other line. Who's this guy? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so I'm thinking, I'm not going to come here complaining.
No, yeah.
I'm just going to play my position. Okay, you've not stuck to what you said you're going to do, but I'm just going to carry on.
Yeah, yeah.
Was that naive of me? Should I kicked up a bit more of a fuss? I don't know. I don't really regret. Do you get what I'm saying? So I'm like, let's just crack on. So we lost that whole opportunity. Every time we're doing behind the scenes footage here, we're tagging, but it's not getting reposted. Nothing's happening. So anyway, filmed the videos. We had a plan that basically there was going to be a video going out a few days before the videos come out, and then there's going to be a video, like a reshare when it comes out. And I've sat down in the meeting. Again, this isn't with the people that originally brought me on. They were 10-10, can't complain. All I'm hearing is what can't be done. Like, oh, because the music's not copywritten, we can't post it on our feed, and we can't do this, we can't do that. And I'm like, this is so negative. Like, all we're talking about is what we can't do. And I get it, but what can we do?
Yeah.
You already know that. This is your job. I already know that. You could have come to the meeting prepared with, well, this is the solution. Do you get what I'm saying? All you're doing is telling me what we can't do. So that was a bit worrying. So I was like, okay, we won't post it on the feed, we'll just post it on the stories. The first one was done. The first week that came out, they posted on like all of their socials, really good. Second week, nothing.
Quiet again.
Third week, nothing. So I'm thinking like, what's going on here? Do you know what I mean? All it is to reshare something. Yes, you've already not come and done the behind the scenes. I've been running around doing all this now. I just want to clarify as well. I didn't make a penny off it because I have long-term vision, and the thing I was thinking was, I'm going to ask for the bare minimum, as in for them to cover the costs of what it costs to do. I'm pulling in favours, getting everything done cheaper anyway. I can smash it, show my worth, and then be like, listen, you can see I've all the time and effort of sorting everything with the artists and driving here and all that. I'm at a loss. Now when we do it again, can I at least get something for it? But I'm trying to show my worth first, as opposed to trying to ask for too much, right? So it gets to a point where I was like, I haven't really got any leverage here. I can't. The artists are then saying to me, I've driven down from London. I've given you exclusive use of this song on the basis that BooHoo are going to push it and blah, 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 and it's not happening. So I look bad.
Not good, that is.
And I'm not getting response and nothing's happening. So the only thing I had to do at my disposal was just pull the videos and stop putting them out. And I put it back on them, and I was like, when you're ready to start doing what you said you were going to do, you let me know and we'll start putting them out. So I've gone in there, had a meeting, and I explained this to the social media team, and I'm like, you have to understand, some of these, so I think one of the people on it was like 15. I'm like, do you understand what this can actually do for his life? And I'm getting calls, and like his manager's calling me like, oh, his family are so excited, and he was, you know, like maybe like going down the prison route, and this is keeping him on the street. And I'm like, do you actually understand how big this is for someone to be involved with your brand, and how much power you've got, and how much this can change someone's life, and you just can't be asked reposting it? And I'm getting really pissed off.
Yeah, and you're trying to remain professional.
It wasn't even just from me.
Yeah, for everyone involved.
Like, yeah, I'm more so thinking for the artist. So we had a meeting, and I'm just saying like, it's a joke really, do you know what I mean? Had a meeting, the next week it happened, and then it just went back to nothing again.
Yo, I bet that was getting you so mad. Frustrated, innit?
Bro,
such a frustrating position to be in, bro.
You don't even understand. And it was down to, as I said, so much work, time and effort went into it. But I promise you, and I'm not trying to seem cool or... it was more so for the artists, especially the younger ones.
Nah, you've sold it to them, bro. BooHoo's a big thing. Like you say, the power they possess, bro. When you're selling it to an artist, this work, them artists must have been so gassed to tell me, yo, I'm going to Money, BooHoo going to be sharing, this could be big, I've been waiting for this moment. And for them to then just not even entertain it. Nah,
I don't get it. I don't get it. It's like, it wasn't like, bearing in mind, yeah, again, I've had a long time to think about it, and I'm a rational I'm a rational thinker. I'm not like delusional. I don't think I'm bigger or better than I am. If I would have DM'd them or emailed them, said, yo, do you want to sponsor my freestyle series? It would have been a no, it wouldn't have even been seen. You lot have put out there that you want to work, you want to do something like this.
Yeah, so why go quiet?
I've delivered it at a penny. Do you know what I mean? I'm putting my own money in. But as I said, I'm thinking long term. I'm thinking, let's absolutely smash this. And the money can come later down the line. Later on. I'm doing it selflessly. And they just didn't meet their end of it.
You just give up on it then. Did you pull some of them? Yeah, because I've looked.
Yeah. I think there was supposed to be 10. We ended up filming 8, and there was going to be 2 others. And I was like, well, there's no point even wasting more time getting people down, filming them, the whole process, if they're not going to do it, and then nothing. So again, it's like a life lesson, and I've really tried to look back, and I always think, what could I have done differently? And as a human, if you're being realistic, there's always different things that you can do. But with that situation, not saying I'm perfect, but I don't really know what more.
Yeah, you couldn't have done much.
I couldn't have done any more.
Just the way they was. Just the way they was just in the meeting from what you're saying. Like you say, when you're saying something, if it's not being received, bro, you're wasting your time. Do you know what I mean? Like I say, they're not receiving it how you're saying it. Like they're not looking for solutions. They're just telling you all the problems. So
yeah, all I was asking for is what we agreed. We had we had emails written. This is what you'll do. Yeah. And it's like, it's not a lot that's being asked for. It's literally to repost
bare minimum now, bro.
2 things. Bare minimum.
When you manage social media as well, it's what you're doing. You're living on there day in day out. That's what you do. Schedule some posts.
You can pre-schedule it, and it's just like
what big job is it?
I really don't know. Oh yeah, I remember. Oh bro, I think one of the contacts who I was dealing with, they were getting frustrated as well with their own thing. They were like, I don't know what's going on. I think one of them had the audacity to say, not directly to me, to him, and it got back to me. Something like, we're not. Why is he being paid all this money to do this or something? And I was like, well, that's ironic, because I haven't made a fucking penny off it.
Yeah, not made no money. What are you on about?
So I don't know whether they had in their perception, because they may be used to. I think like Burna Boy did a deal with them, and he went to that office, and French Montana and Floyd Mayweather, thinking, who is this guy? Do you know what I mean? Who's this guy coming in here? I'm used to posting big. I don't even know what it was. I can't think how these people think. Do you know what I mean? But I had to set the record straight in that meeting. Like, I don't know if you think. I mean, even if I'm being paid loads of money to do it, it's got nothing to do with you. But it's actually the opposite. I'm actually trying to do this, thinking long term, not making a penny off it. At a loss, putting my own money in. I wanted to ask for so little to the point where they think, well, we can't really say no. And yeah, and it's a big frustration. That just made me kind of fall out of love with it, because I'm thinking, if I put that much time, effort into it, working with someone so big, it still didn't even work. I'm just going to put my focus into other stuff where I'm in control.
And you need to remember, French Montana and Burna Boy was once them lot that were stood there in front of this mic. And all the money, like you said, French Montana and Burna Boy are costing him. Put people on from earlier and they remember it. Don't cost you as much money later on down the line, does it?
If there's a brand watching who want to do it right, I'd probably do it again.
Reach out.
Do you know what I'm saying? Reach out, because all it takes is, look at when Hazy went viral with, that was like a sentence you saying, like packs and potions. That for a couple of days, that was all you're seeing around the world. Like, there's so much talent. Literally. And I think I'm pretty good at finding it.
Yeah, like you've told me from the jump with your channel, it's never a case of just.
You can't pay to get on it.
Nah, you're looking at quality, you're looking
You've even sent me, and you're my boy.
Yeah.
And I've even had to keep it real with you.
Of course.
Like, even like,
I've sent you a couple of people.
I've had a management company say they've like sent me 3 artists, and I'm like, I'll work with these 2, but not that one. And I was a bit nervous, thinking like, am I going to lose all of them? And they're like, do you know what? They're like, no, we love that.
Yeah, you got to be real, bro.
You're real. So if I work with an artist, I stand behind them, not every person might rate them, but as long as I do, what's the point of putting an artist on? The rest of the world loves them, but you don't.
I think
that's fake, innit?
Of course it is. If you're working with someone, bro, musically, bro, you've got to listen to that music a lot as well. It's like when I'm filming a music video, recording, filming, and editing. If I like that song, bro, I'm doing a better job, bro, because I'm I'm bopping about with the camera, I'm bopping about when I'm editing. I'm enjoying the process.
It's crap, you can't. I can't do it.
And it breeds creativity. If you like the sound or the environment you're in, it will breed creativity. I have to be creative shooting a music video. I have to be creative editing a music video. If I like what I hear, bro, the creativity is brewing. If I don't, bro, I'm a zombie, bro. Do you know what I'm saying?
This is the thing, because I never got into the whole bars or lock thing for money. It wasn't a money thing for me.
Yeah, it's just your thing.
I wanted to be able to showcase artists and build relationships, and I enjoyed it. I used to love being at the shoots, and I'm a creative person.
Yeah.
So I wasn't like, bro, if I showed you my DMs, the amount of people I've said to them, if we accept you, you'll pay this much money. They say yeah, and then turn them down. If I wanted to absolutely just rinse it out and kill it and just take money off these dead rappers, I could make loads of money off it. I promise you, I've got loads. 1,000 DMs of declining people, especially when you drop a video. All of their rubbish mates want to be on it. Do you know what I mean? Can I be on this guy with a mask, this guy? And I'm like, I can't take your money.
No,
if I don't rate you. So it was never about money for me. It was a genuine love and passion. If the money comes later on, fine. I'm not saying I'm a charity, but it was never my main focus. I didn't really make any money off it, and that's fine.
You go into it for the love, bro, then the money will come in it. If you go something just about money hungry, then some things, they don't really last, innit? Nah, I agree with you. Sorry, bro, I was going on my phone then to bring up some of the questions off Instagram.
Okay.
I wanna throw them in now, because we've been chatting for so long. I watch some podcasts, bro, and they're like 3 hours long, and I think no one's got time for that, so I don't like them to draw on too long. So can I ask you a couple of questions? You don't have to go into too much detail. Just give them in short a bit of info.
I'm a talker, so I'll keep them short.
So obviously the dope story, we naturally discussed that, didn't we? I like this one because it's educational. Biggest challenges you face as a DJ?
Biggest challenges faced as a DJ, I think. I'm trying to think. It's a tough one. Honestly don't know. That one's proper stumped me. Biggest challenge, I think the industry is very fake. Okay. It's a very fake industry. People kiss people's arse and snake people, and I'm not really about that. It's a very, very fake industry.
Okay.
But on the positive side, the people that I do get on with, I'm really close with, and there is a few people in the industry who are legit. But the way I see it is, because people are so ambitious and it's so competitive, people would like sell their grandma to get to where they want to be. And then people will smile in your face and say that it's just, that's the bit I don't like. That's the bit where
I think that's
it clashes with
like
me.
More things in it.
Probably
any avenue of success, you'll come across people that will literally do everything and anything to gain the success of that journey.
Yeah, for me, I think if I know that I've had to snake this guy and rob that guy and do that to get to the top, then it doesn't feel like a win for me. Do you know what I mean?
It's a recipe for disaster, because naturally you're gonna have it's gonna be in
so that's the thing that I'd probably say.
No, nice, makes sense. Do you feel like the DJ community is supportive or toxic towards one another?
I think it's, again, probably like a lot of life, it's supportive to the people who are already winning and don't really need the support. The people on the come up probably don't get the support that they need, and people don't, if people are friends with you, they'll share your stuff, but it's very, my experience, as I said, people will kiss the arse of the DJ who's already popping to try and get in with them, but they don't even really need it. But the young up and coming guy who does need your support, there's no clout off that, so people don't want to do it.
Okay. What would you say is a recipe for a successful event? What do you consider a successful event?
A good recipe, pretty girls and good looking guys with money.
Yeah, there you go. I think if you get your ratio, you want more women than men, don't you?
100%.
Keep the peace. And
less trouble. No one wants to see a video just full of guys.
No,
girls bring the vibe. Girls get there early. Girls are more organised. Guys will be the ones ringing you outside. Yo, can you get me in?
Yeah, with trainers on and no ID.
Yeah, bro. It's all about the girls.
We've been them guys, haven't we?
It's all about the girls. Thankfully, my following, my Instagram, you know, you can see the breakdown. It's like 85% girls. You want to make the girls. Beyonce says like girls run the world. Yeah, probably, but they definitely run the club scene.
Yeah.
The girls need to be dancing. Room needs to be full of girls. Needs to be somewhere they can take pictures.
Yeah.
Girls
promote the brand that way as well, don't you?
The key to it. If girls get behind your event, and they also don't feel like, if you ask a girl to share something, she'll do it. You ask a guy, you know what I mean? I'm not talking about if the boys should, but yeah.
No, I know what you mean.
Make sure when you're planning it, think in the room, will girls enjoy this?
Yeah.
And the guys will follow, because guys want to be where the girls are.
So, for his question as well, because he's going to do an event, how do you get the girls there? What would you say on the promotion side of things?
People think, that's easy to say. How do you do
it? Yeah, how do you do it? Promotion is got to be, marketing and promotion is a hard part of any sort of successful business, isn't it?
Yeah, obviously, there's so much, but to try and keep it, you want to, I think you want to brand it so it's like aesthetically, so it looks
aesthetically pleasing.
It looks aesthetically. I'm talking about your logo.
It's a hard word to say that, isn't it?
Aesthetically.
I struggle with it as well, bro.
So your logo, like even just, I know it sounds silly, but I'll see some brands on like the bios, like just, it's all on different lines and it just looks unprofessional. It's got to look.
You see before you view, you see before you hear, don't you? You see it
it's
first.
It's got to look clean. It's like the whole. This whole generation now, it's all about looking cool on social media. No much more so than girls. They want to feel cool being at a place. Yeah. And they want to show off, like, look where I am. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you want to have that in mind. So you want to just make sure your branding's clean. And make sure the branding's clean. Make sure you're the type of people you're showing on the page.
It's important.
Like pretty girls want to be where pretty girls are.
Yeah.
They want to be around each other. They want to be a bit like aspirational. They want to be around like influencers. And that sort of thing. So I think it's hard. It is hard. You've just got to try and get the right people there. I'd say the biggest tip I'd say is just don't worry about the money early on. Just get the right people in the room. Make sure it's busy. Make sure everyone has a good time, and the money will follow you. That's the biggest.
Don't be disheartened if your first one ain't as successful as you wanted it to be either, innit? You can't let that know. You got to keep going, and you look at yourself now, bro.
Don't worry about the money, because people are crazy. It's like they get into events. It's like most businesses you're going to start, you're going to have to put in.
Yeah,
if you open a restaurant, you're already 50 grand down before you've sold your first bit of food.
No, exactly.
So you're not going to get into an event. If your first one is packed and everyone has a good time, but you lose £1,000, technically you've just made a £1,000 investment into a business, which is nothing. Do you know what I mean? Don't worry about that. Like, you can get it back.
No, of course.
Yeah.
No, yeah, good advice. To be honest, this next question, what goes into running events, it's the same thing of what we said. It covers both.
DM me in it, and we'll talk properly.
Last question then, bro. The opinions, and all right. So it's your opinions on the importance of networking. Yeah. What's it? Basically, the importance of networking.
As they say, your network is your net worth. Networking in any industry is very important. You can meet one person and it can change your life.
Change your life,
So I think it's the be all and end all. It's very important. But I think here's the X factor and where it can be to the next level. There's networking where it's like, this person's in a position that they can put me on, and you just force it. But when you network and you actually meet people who you really click with and get on with,
that's different, isn't it? Yeah,
that's different, because if you're networking with people and it's only because they're in a certain position, if they lose that job or they leave the industry or whatever, it's pointless. Whereas if you meet someone and you actually fuck with them, even if they can't offer you anything, you've still got a friend or someone do you know what I mean? So all the people I know for a fact I could be a lot further on and have a lot more opportunities if I was willing to be a lot more fake. And
obviously that is like most
just,
things, innit?
You know
people
what I mean?
pull the wool over people's eyes and get places.
And
quite often.
I can't really do it.
You're playing the long game, innit? the long game, the slow game, but there's longevity in that, because once it comes, the success, it's there to last, it's there to stay. It's not a one-trick pony, or it's no up and down stuff. How many people do you see rise so quick and then drop so fast?
The people that I speak to on a regular basis that are DJs, even, I'd like to think anyway, even in 10, 20 years time, we'd still speak. Me and my business partner, if we weren't friends, we'd probably even have a better business, because we meet up and we're like, right, we've got these 10 things to do. We're just laughing and talking.
Yeah, yeah.
And we don't even, oh shit, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
But that probably means that we'll be able to last a bit longer.
It's important, bro.
So I don't really do the fake relationships. If you're a DJ and I speak to you, then I fuck with you, do you know what I mean? Yeah. I'm not really about all that fake shit. No, so just try to keep it genuine.
It's good advice, bro. Very good advice. That's it then, bro. That's all the questions.
We finally got it done.
We got it done.
We've been trying to do this for about, what, 18 months or something?
We've been talking about it for time. We're both very busy people. And we got there in the end. They were questions off you lot off Instagram, so it was a nice way to wrap it up.